What's up, guys? I see you again today, bringing you guys some World War II gameplay. Figured to do a old-fashioned commentary today. Haven't done one in a while, and there's some changes that went in today for World War II. I figured I'd talk about them, give you my thoughts on it. Not that it really makes a difference, but I figured I'd give you my thoughts on it anyway. For one, obviously the big news of the day is they finally nerfed the Car 98. After a lot of outcry about it being OP and all that good stuff, they finally nerfed it. I'm not going to say that it needed it. I'm not going to say it didn't need it. For somebody like me who doesn't ever really snipe a whole lot in games to be able to become like really proficient at it, it was fine for me because it made me be able to actually be a pretty decent sniper. With that being said, I have been in lobbies where people were freaking amazing with snipers, and I would get absolutely shredded. And I think if you look at the theoretical time to kill, it was actually better than most of the submachine guns up close. So, if not all of them. So you could basically just guarantee if they hit their shot and their reaction time is decent, you're going to die no matter what, if they see you. So, I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't needed, but again, I'm not going to say it was either. So, beyond that, they buffed the FG42, not back to its original stance, but it is, again, a viable weapon to use. They raised the fire rate up a little bit, which is not extremely noticeable, but definitely is there. But you kind of have to look for it. If you just pick it up and you probably don't pay attention to it, you won't notice it, but it is there. And they did reduce the recoil, which is very noticeable. It is very vertical. Now it doesn't have much side-to-side to it, kind of like it did after the last nerf, and it's not very strong in magnitude, so to speak, for your up and down recoils. With that being said, I think the FG42 is again a viable AR, but I don't think it's the best one in the game by any means. I think the STG still pretty matches it fairly well. The bar matches it fairly well, if not better. So it's definitely worthwhile to try out, but not something you're going to automatically see a massive change in your gameplay with. All right. One of the other things they did was they tweaked some shotguns. I believe they buffed the double barrel and the sawed-off. I can't remember what the double barrel is called. The Luftwaffe drilling. That's it. They buffed it and the sawed-off in multiple ways for each. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not much of a shotgun fan, but if I'm gonna be fair with shotguns, I feel like those two probably needed it. I tried to use the Luftwaffe one time, and that was a freaking miserable experience. So that was probably deserved that was buffed. In the shotgun category, they also nerfed the combat shotgun, not down to the original place that it was, but it has been pulled back a little bit, and I strongly agree with that nerf. I feel like the range for one-shot kill potential on that gun was absolutely insane after the last buff. That was just way too much. I mean, 20-30 yards, man, like freaking one shot, it seemed like. It was crazy. I mean, in a game where you don't hardly ever regen health anyway, it's very difficult not to get one shot by a shotgun when it has range like that combat shotgun did. So they nerfed that. That was good. I don't think they really nerfed anything else on it, but they did nerf the damage range for it, so that was good. I'm trying to figure out what else did they work on. I think that might be about it that they worked on that was pretty noticeable anyway. One thing that they are talking about doing that is probably supposed to be coming next week is tweaking health regeneration times. And if you don't really know what I'm talking about there, that's the time it takes you to basically get back to 100 health or full health after you take damage. Right now, I believe if you go down to basically a one-shot health regen, which would be like anything below basically 25 health, it takes you about 8 seconds or so to get back to full health, and that's just freaking insane. I mean, that's just ridiculous. 8 seconds in Call of Duty is freaking forever. So they're looking at kind of pulling that back. If you want a perspective, I believe that's about 2.5 seconds longer than most Call of Duties have been in the past few years. COD 4 was the closest one, but it still wasn't quite. It might have been a little longer, but I don't think so. Actually, I don't think COD 4 was longer. I think this was longer than COD 4, so I definitely think it's important to do this. I don't really know why they wouldn't. It's something we've been kind of complaining about since day one. At least I have, and I know a lot of others have. So the one thing that I wish they were going to change that they're not is the ADS time, or your sprint out time. I mean, the amount of time it takes you to come from a sprint to where you can start ADS. They're not going to nerf that or change that. It's going to stay right where it is, but that's okay. So just an update for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more content, and we'll see you next time, guys. Peace.
Carry the day. Nice work, soldier.